that there is no such thing as an atheist adult. Every adult worships some small ideology, deity, or routine to get through the monotony of each day. I too subscribe to this ideology. As the months of January, February, and March press on, the gray skies and the darkness when I wake up seem to gradually wear away at me. It becomes monotonous and tiring to see the same white paper, the same white walls that you see every single day. It becomes tiring to wake up at the same time to the same alarm, and it slowly wears away on me, like most people. For me, during this time of year, I need something to look forward to. I need some promise in the future of a better future. I need a promise of a future that holds hope. I need something to look forward to with bright eyes, and I need something to look forward to with happiness. I need a promise that someday I will no longer have to fight depression or anxiety. I need a promise that someday I will wake up and smile the entire day, not just fleeting happiness, but smile the entire day. Hi, I'm Ben Zolgit, and I believe in the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, the first time I had any real turmoil in my safe, sheltered teenage world was 10th grade. I was still a young adult, and I didn't really know any trouble. I went to a public school, had a very privileged life, but that all changed. On December 5th, 2015, an event happened that changed my life forever. And this event seems to be branded into my brain. It was about 4 o'clock, and I was expecting a phone call from a friend. I was expecting to hang out with him later that day and be able to have him come over or hang out in the backyard or ask if we could play football or baseball. So when my phone lit up with Garrett's name, I assumed that it was happy news, that I was able to go outside and spend the day with my friends. But the words he said next remain imprinted in my mind, and I still find them ringing around in my head when I get anxious or tired or stressed, or it's night and I can't fall asleep. I picked up the phone, and he said, "Evan's dead." Those words were inflicting so much pain on me, emotional and physical. I remember my face dropping and hanging up the phone. I set the phone down and tears streamed down my face. I went downstairs and muttered something to my parents along the lines of, "He's dead." Before I ran out of the house, I just didn't grab a coat or shoes. I just ran into the cold winter air and I ran. I ran for 10 minutes at full speed until I collapsed. I ran until my feet bled and until the tears froze to my cheeks. I ran as if I could run away from the pain. I didn't see any future. I didn't see any light. I didn't see anything. I collapsed and inhaled the stinging air as it stung my lungs because I was exhausted from sprinting. And I audibly said out loud, "Why? Why did this have to happen?" It shook me to my core, and to this day I still don't exactly have peace with it. So over the next few weeks, everything became bleak and empty. It was the most painful and empty experience at the same time I've ever had in my entire life. I remember going to bed each night and telling myself, "Tomorrow will be better, you'll be fixed tomorrow. The next day you'll be happy. Tomorrow you will be happy." It wasn't right. It wasn't the right mindset, but it's what kept me going. It's something that kept me motivated and looking towards the future. Now, eventually I did recover, but it wasn't instant. But every night I promised myself that tomorrow you will be happy, you will have a good day. It's what kept me here. That was my light at the end of the tunnel. In school, my performance dropped. I had a 10% average of homeworks in some classes, and I started skipping school, telling my parents I was sick. I missed 20 days of school in a few months. I just didn't care. And all of a sudden, my interest started to drop. But eventually, with this mindset, I was slowly able to build a platform to recover. I was able to feel okay, but not happy. Again, I was okay. So I started to go to school, and people were able to paint smiles on my faces for the fleeting seconds that I would laugh. I was able to laugh at jokes and slowly start to enjoy my hobbies again. I was okay, but I wasn't happy. I knew that there was a light at the end of the tunnel, and I was still searching for it. It's what kept me going during that time period. Unfortunately, like all good things, my happiness didn't quite last. It was fleeting. I was okay, but never truly happy. I was always searching for something, and I still felt empty. Around February, March of my sophomore year, I started to try and cope any way I could, cope with substances and cope just to be numb for 2 hours so I didn't have to have the thoughts running through my head and his name constantly reminding me of the pain I experienced. It was numb, it wasn't the right choice, but I was searching for happiness in the bottom of a bottle or a cigarette or anything I could get my hands on. It was a bleak and lightless few months for me. I remember sitting in the back of a car with people who knew the same pain that I did, and I looked around and I could see the pain on our faces if it were physical scars, and these scars on our faces made us look like brothers. I wanted to be happy, and I was searching for happiness, not soul searching, searching for true happiness. I was searching for 2-hour fulfillment or something I would find in substance. It wasn't there. And I needed something to change. I needed something to change or I wouldn't be here today. I had a problem and I knew it. It was March and I was that kid who came to school rarely, a few times a week, 2 maybe, and I had the drawstrings pulled up on my hoodies and I would do the homework I didn't know I had 10 minutes ago. I was holding on to my waning faith that something would get better. Then something changed. All of a sudden, I looked up in my second period free at the end of March. I believe it was March 17th. And I saw someone. This was someone who would give me a chance. This is someone who looked past the person with the drawstrings pulled up in their hoodie. And this is someone who looked past all the pain and the scribbles on their paper that they were going to hand in for a global grade. This is someone who gave me happiness and light. They taught me how to love and be loved again. They taught me how to feel compassion and pain. They taught me how to open up again and feel truly person. They helped me feel like a person. And over these next few months after March, I started to slowly change. I started to be able to feel again, and I started to come to school because I was able to look forward to seeing them every day. I started to stop doing drugs because I didn't have a chance with them if I was using. I quit cold turkey. I was addicted and I stopped. I didn't do anything for 273 days. I stopped because I knew I wanted to change. I'm still with this person today, and they still teach me some of the most valuable lessons. They make me smile, and they're there with thick and thin through me. And they always help me, whether I'm happy, sad, stressed, and they taught me the lesson that there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. This person truly changed my life, and they're still with me today, and they are continuing to be my light at the end of the tunnel. Now I stand up here on a podium preaching some ideology as if it's bulletproof and flawed, at the same time as if it contradicts itself. However, I'm here to tell you that it's weathered the storm, and I have had this ideology crumble around me. It was, again, that bleak time of 11th grade. It was the dreary months following March, and the slush was on the ground. I learned another one of my friends had passed, Jake. I'd been putting all my effort and energy into being my best self and to keeping my friends here and happy. But what good was this idea if it couldn't keep my friend here? What good was this idea if I couldn't change someone's mind? All of a sudden, it was me sweeping the streets that I used to own. It crumbled around me and I skipped school that day and sat back and asked myself, why? I put all my energy and effort into making people happy, but I still couldn't make someone choose to stay. It was something that needed to change. All of a sudden, I was spiraling out of control again. I was in that black state that I had so despised earlier in my life. I was tired and I was sick of it. I started blaming myself for anything and everything. It was terrifying because I knew I needed help, but I couldn't find it. In my darkest moments, I would resort to self-harm, and eventually, someone saw I had a problem and I had to be committed to a local psychiatric hospital. It was there again that I saw that the light had never truly been extinguished, but I was just facing the wrong way. I was looking at the future with the wrong ideology, and I was looking at the future with the wrong set of mind. It had never gone out, but I was simply facing the wrong way and running from my fears, and that's something I can't do. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel, and this situation proved it to me. There will always be something to look forward to, and there will be something in the future for everyone, and that is what I believe. For me, the light at the end of the tunnel in my heart is a hope that someday everyone will have a place, and a hope that someday I can make everyone happy. It's knowing that someday I'll wake up and be able to tell my kids, if I have them, that no matter what runs through their mind, I will love them unconditionally. It's the hope that someday I will be truly and purely happy. I'm Ben Solgit, and I believe in the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you.